Hi, good day everyone. My name is Dr. Nahan, clinical psychologist, psychotherapist, speech and English therapist. And as you all know that this week the world was celebrating about eating disorder awareness week, and we need to understand that eating is very important when it comes to um, uh, the overall personality you have, the overall functioning you have, the overall physical health you have. Because sometimes there are a lot of conditions where a person is having, uh, you know, some kind of a feeling. It could be nausea, it could be anxiety, and people think that it is because of they're suffering from some kind of psychological problem. But in actual, the thing is that those people are having, you could say, some psychological problems, or they're suffering because of eating, and their eating patterns are not good, and they're not able to maintain those eating patterns. So today we're talking about eating disorder, body image, and mental health. And it's very important to understand that what is the correlation of body image with the eating disorder, and how and why it could affect the mental health of the individuals. And we'll start talking about body image first. Let's see what's body image. Okay. So a body image is a subjective image people have of their own body, like the way you perceive yourself. Either you feel that you are chubby, you feel that you are slim. The way you perceive yourself is basically, you see, it is basically your subjective perception, which indicate from how their body actually appears. You could say which could be distinctive actually. Sometimes I saw like sometimes it's sorry for language change. Sometimes it happens that people think that they are very uh, they are very chubby, but in actual they are thin. And there was a lot of research is happening on that when there was the scale was given to the people who were where they have to scale them from 1 to 10. Uh, there was a higher percentage of the people who perceive themselves as their actual image was different than the way they perceive themselves. So it's more like how you perceive yourself. It's also the way people see, the way we see ourselves and our bodies, and this that that also impact our health, our mental health, our relationship. Not just the relationship with ourselves, but the food that we eat and the people that we are interacting with. So your body image is something that is going to affect your overall survival. It's also going to affect the way you perceive yourself, the way you conduct yourself in front of other people, and it is also affecting the confidence of a person. There's something else about the body image is that it also impacts health and mental health. In like already told you that it affects mental health and your physical health, in terms of the if a person feel that he is not pretty enough, good enough, so he will feel that he will go in a place, or she will go in a place where you have to give a presentation. And if you don't feel comfortable in yourself, then you're going to lose maybe that job, you're going to lose that presentation. Let's talk about what is positive body image. Okay, it's a healthy body image involves an objective perception of one body. It appears and ability to separate one value as a person of how one look. It's more like the point is that we all know that there's a lot of individual differences is there when it comes to body shape, body size, because there's a lot of things. It is more it mostly depend on your genetic structure, your DNA, your genes, from where you come from. Some people are taller, some people are shorter, some people are broad. Like we have different kind of body shapes, and it already determine the way their digestive system works. So it's different the way their lifestyle is. So that is going to determine how you look toward yourself. Either you're coming from the background where they appreciate, if somebody's chubby, like where I belong, there are people who think that those people who are chubby, they are good looking and attractive. So if somebody is very thin and they have very sleek body, then they think that they are some kind of, they have some kind of medical condition that they need to go for some kind of a some kind of medication for that. And there are a lot of people who eat steroid just because to gain body weight. And there's a lot of people who also take steroid, that include bodybuilding and other health athlete people who want to maintain a specific kind of a body, and they take steroid for that. Now let's talk about negative self-image. Negative body image are often characterized by dissatisfaction and appearing and engaging in the behavior such as dieting. Sometimes you would feel that you're not up to that. yeah, or you have people surrounding you who are very thin but you're not thin, so people would engage in different behavior that could be dangerous for them, that include dieting, checking their body weight all the time, avoiding certain things, attempt to malnutrition and dissatisfaction and negative body image offered emerging during childhood. And a lot of people could go in that phase when a body is changing, because when a person, either it's a girl or boy, reaches toward the puberty age, then there's a lot of chances that people go into that body image because your body is changing. There's a lot of hormonal changes, secondary characteristic of a person is developing, either it's a boy, it's a girl. So we need to understand that at that period, a lot of people, either boy or girl, go into that phase of uh, perceiving their body image differently. So let's talk about what are the four aspects of body image that we go through or we talk about. Let's talk about that. One thing that the way that uh, the way we see our body is our perceptual body. Like this is over here. We think about that way, and maybe sometimes it's not necessarily the way you're perceiving yourself is the accurate way. Like it's the accurate body image that you perceive. This is not always a correct representation of how you actually look. For example, if you look toward the camera, then you look different, and if you look toward the in a mirror, then you look different. So it's more like the way you perceive yourself is, it could be different, there could be change. And in the start, I just mentioned one of our research in where there was it was conducted on the people, and the body image that they were showing was different from the actual image they have, or the actually body types they have. It is also the way that you feel your body is your affective body image. Feeling may include happiness or disgust, but are often summarized as amount of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. And you also feel that your shape, weight, and individual body parts could be different. So it means that what are the aspects that you perceive your body? It could be your shape, it could be your muscles, it could be your like overall thing, that how you summarize yourself, and how maybe in some body types, upper the upper body is heavy in terms of they have broad shoulders, some don't have broad shoulders. So it depend upon that how you feel about yourself. The way you think of your body is more like is your cognitive body image also. This can lead to preoccupation with the body shape and weight. Sometimes it happens that a lot of people have eating problems, and just because of that they cannot maintain a specific body image. So or they like somebody who have a specific kind of body shape. So the cognitive but if you talk about the body image, and these are close linked to each other, like body image and body shape. The body shape you have, and is it actually the image that you have in the brain? So this can be lead to preoccupation with the body shape and weight. So if you think about that, you need to look in certain way, you need certain kind of a dressing, you want to act like that, or you want to have a body shape like that, or sometimes it could lead to dangerous measures also, that include dieting, that include other measures also. And a lot of people go towards surgery also, because in industry, in cosmetics industry, a lot of things are striving, and people want to have certain kind of lips, want to have certain kind of jawline. So this is happening because of these reasons, because of the body image they have in their brain. um, and also behavior you engage in as a result of your body image, and your body image in terms of people are dissatisfied the way they look, and that's why they isolate themselves from employ unhealthy behavior as mean of change of appearance. So when they perceive about themselves that is wrong, or they look like their body perception is different in their brain, like brain the body image is different, so they think like that. And when they think like that, then what they are going to do, they're going to engage in certain kind of behavior which could be affect which could affect them and their physical health, their mental health also. So it's more like a person is going to engage in different behavior which could be unhealthy. Now let's talk about positive body image and why it's very important. Let's talk about positive body image is associated with what, and it is important to understand because uh, body image, healthy body, weight gain, weight loss, because this is a part of human body. This is a part of body transformation, and this is a part of biology also. So let's talk about what could be what is, you could say that, a healthy way of or you could say that what if a person have a positive body image, then it's associated with what. First thing is that if a person have a positive body image, then it is associated with a higher self-esteem. Higher self-esteem means what? If you have a higher self-esteem, then there are chances that you're going to achieve maximum in that area and in performance, or whatever profession that you have. So higher self-esteem, which which dictate how a person feel about themselves. So higher self-esteem is associated with positive body image, and it is going to affect your decision and affect your decision in life. Next thing is self-acceptance, making a person more like, in terms of how he look, how she look, and how, and what is the extent that person is comfortable of themselves. So self-acceptance means that if you are healthy, if you are not healthy, in terms of if you're chubby, if you are thin. So if you have a positive self-image, then you're going to accept that weight change is something a natural phenomenon, and person is going through different kind of changes, body changes, in the whole journey of their life. Another thing is that if you're having a positive body image, then it is going to have an have a healthy outlook of your behavior. So it is going to affect your confidence, the confidence you carry. If you feel good about yourself, then you're going to carry a good confidence that is going to help you out in longer run. Okay, next thing is, let's talk about it is going to change. It is going to affect your attitude, the tune, and the practice and rating. Even it is also affect the thing that you eat, and you need to understand that how sometimes people are going to eat certain thing that is going to be dangerous for their health, and they need to understand that you need to disengage in those behaviors. So for that, positive image is important. Okay, now let's talk about body image issue in eating disorders. So now you don't need to understand that the way you look about yourself, the way you perceive yourself, it is going to affect it is going to affect the things that you eat. And sometimes people are getting engaged in certain behavior that could be dangerous for them. So let's talk about how body image is converting into other transferring into eating disorder. Okay, let's talk about eating disorder are complex mental illness caused by genetic as well as environmental factors. Negative body image is just one potential contributor going to contribute in the eating disorder. And body image is a prominent of eating disorder because they may help people when eating people get it, with eating disorder place a high value of their body shape and weight when determine their own self-worth. So it's more like you have what kind of perception you have in your brain. It is going to determine not just your eating pattern, but your self-worth too, and also your self-esteem, and that determine how you're going to be successful in your life. Now let's talk about what could be the behavioral sign of somebody having signals that a person is having, or you are going through some kind of issues because of your unhealthy eating patterns. Behavior attitude that indicate weight loss, dieting, control over food, and becoming primary concern. It means that that is a signal for you that you are going, you want to lose your weight already, and already you have certain type of body. You're going for dieting, you're going for crash dieting, preoccupation with weight, food, calories, fat, grams, and dieting. Like I told you already, that you get so preoccupied with the thing that you eat, refuse to eat certain food. And over here, I'm not going to talk about those people who have certain issues. For example, a lot of people have issue with, or you could say they have sensitivity, they have food sensitivity with gluten. It could be salicylic acid. They could have issue with a dairy product. Some people are not able to digest proteins, or like egg, they cannot digest egg. Some people have issue with some like the product that are sour, vitamin C and things like that. So you need to understand that these are some exception. But even if you are going toward those things, if you're going toward eating changes, you need to understand, you need to consult someone who could be who is expert, and which and that is, we have a profession for that, who is called nutritionist. You need to go for that. And food rituals, not allowing food to touch, eating only particular food block. For example, people are going for keto, people are going for this diet, people are going for that diet, people are going for water diet, people are going for one fruit diet all day. So these are some rituals that are going to affect you. Also, skipping meal, only eating a small portion. Like skipping meal is very dangerous for people who and they don't understand that sometimes people go to the hospital and they feel that they're having some kind of seizures, and it's because they have some kind of panic attack, and panic attack arise because they did not took their breakfast and they're not eating properly. And extreme concern with body size, shape, and appearance, and the way they look. They are going to wear themselves all the time, or they're totally forgetting the. Or they're totally, you could say, they're not even going to wear themselves because they're afraid that they're going to gain some weight. And also frequently checking in the mirror of perceived flaw in the appearance all the time. They will check themselves in the mirror. They will check their clothes. They will see their clothes fit them or not. And they don't even over here. You need to understand that sometimes your body is bloated. It's not that you gain weight, your body is bloated. And if you read toward the research about the weight gain, you will see that your body is going throughout the week. Your body is changing in terms of on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday it would be different, on Friday, Thursday it could be different, on maybe on weekends you're bloated, you eat something, some food like that, that just because of that you contain a lot of water in your body. So it could be a lot of things that you need to consider over there. And this could also lead to extreme mood swing. But let's talk about some disorders that a person could get, a person could have develop. And the thing that we talked about earlier about positive image or negative body image or perceived body image, and just because of that you're going to restrict your diet, and um, and thinking about certain thing all the time is going to convert some psychological problems that include eating disorders. And one of them is anorexia nervosa. And what it is, let's talk about it. Restricted eating, self starvation, and excessive weight loss, intense fear of obsession with weight gain, and the idea of becoming fat. Like the whole family is telling them that you're okay, but that person think that no, I gain a lot of weight and I need to reduce my weight. And the eating rituals are very ritual. And over here, you need to understand that I'm not talking about those people who have food sensitivity. And over here, I'm not even talking about um, uh, some neurodivergent community, for example, autistic or ADHD, they could have those problems too. But their issues are sensory issues. You need to understand that they have sensory problems. They cannot touch everything. They cannot eat every kind of texture food, and they cannot eat or drink something that smell is different. That smell is funny. So you need to understand that I'm not talking over here. I'm not talking about those things, but I'm talking about eating pattern that you're going to develop. And persistent behavior to prevent weight gain, self-esteem overly related to body image. Like all the time you want to, you will only going to feel confident when you are in certain shape. Body image is distorted person and feel fat despite being underweight. Like everybody's saying that you are underweight, but that person is still occupied um, uh, with weight lose. And I have seen a lot of people who would go for excessive exercise, excessive dieting, excessive exercise, like they are doing exercise for 2 to 3 hours a day, and that is going to damage your body. You don't understand that your body need to repair themselves. The muscle need to repair. Your brain need to slow down for some amount of time, but doing a lot of things in excess is going to cost you health and inability to appreciate the severity of the situation. So the the things become so ritual that a person is not able to understand what is happening with that person. Now let's talk about bulimia nervosa. Now cycle of binge eating followed by purging. So it means that a person is going to eat a lot of food at one time. So it's, you could call it excessive eating, that a person eat a lot of food and then he's going to purging out. So he is going to gaggle, or you could say he's going to vomit all the food that he eats. Binge eating involves eating large amount of food in short period of time. Like it's like you're gulping a lot of food and then feeling out of control during that binge. Like you cannot control yourself. The person who is having bulimia nervosis is going to eat all the food available. You want to eat that. Purging may include self-induced vomiting, abusing laxative, diuretics, fasting, abusive diet pills, or excessive exercising, like I was talking about before, and extreme concern with body weight and shape also. So it's more like, and some people do that in days also. Like what they would do, they would eat one day, whole day, and next for few days, the person is feeling guilty about that. And what is happening over here? And the person is going to start going to starve. So it's more like that it is going to cost the person health. And and this is all is happening because of image. A person have image like that, and it's like, and these are cycles, and cycles are going on and on and on. So it's more like it's related to the food, the weight you have. Let's talk about okay. So like I talk about the bulimia, anorexia nervosa, and the person weight will be, you could see that the person weight is below the body mass index size, and the person still feel that he have a lot of issues, like they have issue in the issue with the body. Now let's talk about binge eating disorder. Binge eating disorder. Recurrent binge eating episode which involve periods of uncontrolled, impulsive, and continuous eating beyond a period of feeling of comfortably fully. Like it's like that somebody's eating for hours, hours, and hours. Sense of lack of control over eating during that episode, and it could be some part of a day or it could be a whole day also. And binge eating episode often associated with eating more rapidly than usual. Like I told you, that it's more like a gulping, eating large amount of food when not physically hungry. So it's like you are just doing that because of a person is feeling like it is some form of anxiety that a person is going to um, use food as defense mechanism over there. So the person is eating a large amount of food. So we have seen a lot of people who get tense. They said that we eat or they will eat all. They will not eat at all. And eating alone due to embarrassment, and person have idea that the person is doing overeating, but he eat alone. He or she eat alone because he's embarrassed of the way that person eat, because it's totally engulfing. The person is not chewing the food, but the person is engulfing the food and feeling disgusted, depressed, and guilty after a binge. So there's another disorder, another cycle starts after that, and it's more like the person is feeling guilty about what the person eats. And may also involve fast, repetitive dieting and feeling of shame of self-hatred. Like I already told you that it is like coming and going form of a kind of a thing. So one cycle would be that a person is going to eat a lot of food, and then rituals are coming, purging, and after that the person is going to be guilty for whatever the person that eat, because same something is going on here. It's like a body is giving message to the brain that the person is going to starvation mood. So why not eat a lot of food? So it's a whole other cycle. It's a whole kind of a traumatic cycle that we talk about, fight, flight, fawn, and freeze, kind of a response. But that is a separate thing. But even then, it is kind of a response or kind of a circuit that are there that are same. So let's talk about body dysmorphic disorder. Body dysmorphic disorder is another psychiatric disorder classified as type of obsessive OCD disorder, and also people with BPDD, like body dysmorphic disorder, is preoccupied one or more non-existent or slight defect in their flaw in their physical appearance, including body shape. It's not just about body shape, like I was talking about. People are going for lip filler, people are going for nose job, people are going for going for injections, beauty injections. They're going to change their body shape, body size. It is because of body dysmorphic disorder. And a lot of modern industry, if you talk about models, they have that kind of problem. So that's why they're going for those surgeries. And it's not, it may be somehow about the way they feel about themselves. It's more about it's not just about the trends, it's more about how they feel about themselves and how they people want and how they want people to appreciate them. So that's why they're going for that. To be diagnosed with body dysmorphia, so a person must be engaged in repetitive behavior such as, and this when we were in our training, and we came to know a case where that woman, there was a woman and who went for a lot of surgery, maybe 20 or 30, whatever. I don't remember the exact number. What was the surgery? What was the amount of surgery she went through of her daughter? But she was keep on going. And on social media, on different media that we have on print media, we might see a lot of people, a lot of example who would give you example that they went through those procedures. Experiment, impairment in functioning also. Like for example, even then they are not going for that, and they would go for changing their lips, they're changing their nose, and they're still not satisfied with themselves, and then they after that they're going to go for another phase of depression. Now there's another thing called muscle dysmorphic disorder, and just call it a disorder, muscle dysmorphia, sorry. Okay, now it's more like a body weight and size dissatisfaction have long been recognized as an issue among in women, but it is also coming for men too. For example, if you talk about men, child teens who is going to puberty, they want to have certain kind of muscle. So what they're going to do, they affect primarily men and boy who desire to be more muscular. So what they're going to do, and I have seen a lot of people, they went for some kind of steroids, and it's going to affect their body, and not just body, it affects their heart too. So it's more like they want to gain certain kind of muscle, they're going to for protein treatments, they're going for protein powders, protein shakes, and whatever. They're doing a lot of, and they're doing different rituals just to attain a certain type of a body, because they want to stay in media, they want to stay in in the news, maybe whatever it is, but they are going for crazy rituals, and it is going to affect them. Now let's talk about avoidant restrictive and restrictive food intake disorder. Okay. Avoidant or restrictive food intake uh, that prevents the person from eating enough calories or nutrients. It's same like a person don't want to, or person is eating less, or maybe if your body wants 2,000 calories per day, but the person is eating less, maybe 500, 600, 700 calories per day. And I'm talking about an average man who need to eat that, man and woman, and the person is not doing that because avoiding restrictive food intake, just because of certain, maybe they want to maintain certain type of body shape, and they are avoiding something, they're avoiding fat, they're avoiding electrolytes, whatever they're avoiding, but it is going to cost them a lot. Eating habits that interfere with typical social functions such as eating with others, and if we talk about this thing, it's more like that people don't go to social, people don't go to parties, people don't go to marriage functions, people don't go to other functions because they have restrictive diet, or they have restriction and limitation food they are taking. And it could be because of any reason. They could do that because maybe they like their food, maybe they have restricted, or maybe they want to maintain a certain kind of a body, so that's why they are doing that. Weight loss or poor development for age and height, and they don't even understand that it is going to affect their whole body, is going to affect their health, it is going to affect their bones, it is going to affect their hair loss. So if you're not taking certain things until unless you have proven allergy for that thing, then that would be a separate thing, but still they have alternatives for that. So you need to consider to go to a nutritionist when you have these issues, nutrition deficiency, and depending on the supplement that you feeding. So it's more like what a person is eating and how he's eating. And if a child is born with such kind of deficit that he cannot, he or she cannot eat certain things, or her oral motor area is not functioning, so that is a separate thing. But if a person is doing because of certain reasons, maybe it could be shape, maintaining certain weight and height, or not height but weight, I would say that over here they go for those kind of diets. Now let's talk about pica. Pica is an eating disorder that involves eating things that are not considered food and do not provide nutritional value. So it's like you're eating something that is not food, you're eating non-food item. It's called pica. Individual with pica crave non-food substances such as ice, dirt, soil, chalk, soap, paper, hair, cloth, wool, pebbles, laundry detergent, or cornstarch. And it could be other things too, like this, going for that. Now other pica can also occur in adult children or adolescents. So and it is happening sometimes because of deficiency in the, and you need to go for that, why a person is doing that. But the point is that at the end of the day you need to understand why a person is doing in certain, why a person or child or adult is involved in certain behaviors. Now let's talk about rumination. Rumination disorder is another, it's kind of a new thing. It is kind of a condition in which a person is the person is regretted food they have perceived, chewed and swallowed, rechew it and then either re-swallow or spit it out. And I have seen those people doing that in mm, in functions, like they take a lot of food, they eat, and then they involve in certain kind of act, and then they purge out that food. So like it's like greg or whatever they are doing. So that's why it's called regretted. Okay, now that's saying that the next thing that rumination typically occurs within first 30 minutes after a meal. So a person ate that meal and then he or she vomit that, and so that he might feel that, okay, my stomach, or they might feel that my stomach is filled now, so they uh, purge out that food somehow. This disorder can develop during infancy, childhood, and or adulthood. In infant, it tend to develop between 3 or 12 months of age and often disappear on its own. Children and adults with this condition usually require therapy to resolve it. And all the thing that I talk about today, it's more like that they involve some kind of help. And if you see somebody is doing that, then you need to take some kind of a help for that. And it's also includes psychological help. Any person at any stage of their life may experience body dissatisfaction, and they may follow different factors. And there are a lot of factors involved in that. It could be most likely to develop more negatively about themselves, and people who have negative body image about themselves, they're going to develop more disorders, eating disorder that I previously talked about. Now let's talk about what we can do about that. If you see that there's a person around us who is having those kind of a thing, and you need to understand that what is happening with that person, how those things are going to affect your mental health. I just talk about it later on, but let's talk about that, what is happening now, what it is. Electrolytes imbalance, which can interfere with functioning of your muscle, heart, and nerve. So it's more like it is affecting you, affecting the person. So the electrolytes, if it's imbalance of electrolytes is going to interfere the function of the brain, heart, and nerves. We need to understand that muscles is very important. The whole body is very important when we are functioning. Heart problems and high blood pressure, because um, at the end of the day, we need minerals, we need electrolytes, we need food, we need different kind of vitamins and minerals that is important for body to function. Digestive problems could occur also, and if those have digestive problem, that's going to affect your mental health also, because there are a lot of people who have digestive problem and they're not able to sleep properly because their body is not digesting the food, and they have heart burning and they have problems and they have stomach pain, stomach aches, and they're awake all night. So they're different, and it could also affect kidneys, dental cavities. It also could also be a result of that, and suffer from teeth from vomiting all the time. And those people have yellow, you could say, a yellow and yellow kind of a layer on their teeth. Also, bone density could also affect, could also be a result of eating problems. And osteoporosis is like your body, your brain is going to, not sorry, brain, your the bones that you have, it is going to become porous inside. So it's like it's getting weak. Weak bone is going to get weak. And irregular absence of menstruation and long term, if in terms of women, like their cycle is going to disturb. It could also cause poor nutrition, also called mental health conditions, such as it could go toward depression, anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, and substance abuse. And also, it could lack of menstruation could also affect the pregnancy, and it could lead to other problems too. Now, what we can do about that? Like I just talked about little, that are not little things, that are more like, it is going to affect different things. It's going to affect your whole function. But what we can do about that right now? Either it's you, either it's people around you. Now, what is that? You need to understand, know your options. Where to start? Where you can start? You need to go to a mental health professional first. Then you need to go to the dietitian. Like I was talking, that if you want to lose your body weight for certain things, maybe there's a culture where people want to lose their weight for marriages. They want to look good, and people don't take care of themselves. Their healthy lifestyle, they don't have healthy lifestyle, or their lifestyle is not very, you could say, they're not very active. So if you want to lose weight, then go for dietitian, or um, need to have a balanced diet. And also medical or dental specialist, or also parents of other family members. And it's more like you need to talk to those people. You need to talk to mental health professional, you need to talk to dietitian, you need to talk dental and pediatrician, whatever it is, whoever it is, you need to go to them and talk to them that you are having certain kind of problems and how is it going to affect you, so that it your problems could deal on time. Now let's talk about setting up a treatment plan. Develop a treatment plan. The same modern understand that treat physical complications, and for that you can go to the doctor. Your your family doctor is going to help you out in that. You need to identify the resources. What are the resources that is going to contribute to those things, and also work to identify affordable treatment options, like you need to go to psychiatrist, you need to go to psychologist. What kind of thing you are facing, if you have, if you get into some kind of problem, either it's a heart problem or other problem because of your eating disorder, or you need to go to multiple professionals for that maybe. But you need to have a consultation with a doctor, and the doctor is going to help you out. Now let's talk about a little bit psychological therapy. That what we can do about that. Normalize your eating pattern, achieve a healthy weight, and what you can do, because you can go to the website, and there are a lot of website where you'll find a lot of information, and they talk about body mass index. And what the body mass index is, what is your height, what is your according to height, age, and gender, what could be your possible weight and how much calories you need it for 1 day. So you can do about that. And if you have little amount of money, or you want to have a shortage of money and you don't have that much resources, but at least you can use internet for that. But even then, just eat healthy in terms of what, search and know your food, what you are eating. Exchange unhealthy but for healthy ones. Like you need to see that what time you're eating food and what time you shouldn't eat. Um, just check for that. Learn how to monitor your eating and your moods. And I have seen a lot of people who go toward therapy, go toward dieting, and it's going to affect their mood badly. Well, problem solving skill in terms of, see that how you can do. Maybe you have to convert your short meals, or what time you will eat, how much time you're going to give to your physical exercise. So you need to understand, explore healthy way to cope with stressful situation. It could be walk, it could be meditation, it could be going to art, it could be community health, and also improve mood in terms of what, go toward those people who make you happy, go toward those friends who appreciate the way you are, and do not go to those people where you're getting negative vibe. How you can understand that? For example, you have a good news and you go to a person, and that person is going to criticize you on the way you eat. If the person is going to criticize you the way you, instead of helping you out to understand that something is going to affect your physical and mental health, then you need to understand the company you keep, it is very important for you, and the person you're talking to is going to definitely affect your mood. Now nutrition education is very important. Like throughout I'm talking about, you have to go to the nutritionist, you have to go to check with the doctor. If you want to lose your weight and if you think that you are overweight, then just go and have a sitting with nutritionist. And if you don't have a nutritionist in your area, you can find some online, and with now you have technology around you, and at least you can talk to someone, you can have a chat with someone and understand that the problem that you're facing, or the because it's all about weight. If you want to lose weight, then go for certain ways, go for healthy way, work toward a healthy weight, and understand how nutrition affect your body, including recognize how your eating disorder cause nutrition issues and problems. And over here multivitamin is going to help you out, and again doctor is going to suggest you eat certain multivitamins that will help you. Practice meal planning, that is very important. Like in you need to understand your body, that what feel good when you are eating certain things, and what you feel when you feel bad when you're not eating certain things. Like you like you your body is going to, or your stomach is going to work through heavy meal or not. Like you're good with soup, you're good with rice, you're good with you could say with bread. So you understand your body somehow, and try to plan your meal just like that. And generally 3 meals a day with the regular snacks. And again the dietitian is going to help you out, but whatever snack it could be. And you need to go toward vegetables, and also had a lot of vegetables and fruits, and also correct health problems that are result from malnutrition or obesity. And that is important to understand that whatever you're eating, what time you're eating, how it's going to affect you in the general perspective. So that's all about today, and I just try to give you insight to those who will listen later on. And what is body image, what is self image, what is body image, and how it's going to affect your eating habits and converting it to eating problems, and then what we can do about it. So that's all for today. I'll see you in the next session and the next discussion, I would say next webinar. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye.